Ready for the grimiest and grittiest of all podcasts, pro wrestling, music, and entertainment is the Ewokk and JB Show.
Yo, what's crack-a-lackin'? You already saw the intro with all the mad weaponry. This is the Ewokk and JB Show. You know how we do it. We do it in parental advisory. We do it crazy style. You know what I'm saying? This is the Ewokk, and we'll say what's good to my man John Buller, JB. What's cracking? What's crack-a-lackin'?
Doing good, Ewokk, my man. We're got another awesome live podcast edition of the Ewokk and JB Show here on the Johners Network. We'll be uploading this bad boy up to Spotify and also on Podbean coming up. And most importantly, a big shout out to our homies over there at Power 4 TV in the United Kingdom. So we are cracking it, man. I'm telling you. Straight up. And talk about straight up, man, we got one of the coolest dudes in the locker room of wrestling right now. You know, fucking talking about Star Wars, The Witcher, Mandalorian badass, lightsaber dueling guy out there in Michigan City, a firefighter on top of it, Muay Thai expert.
Bang, bang.
Dude, you were like the jack of all trades. Like when the day comes, you're gonna have this like long ass like credibility list. You're gonna be like, yeah, let me tell you all the cool stuff I've done over my years. And like everyone's gonna look at you like, man, he's gonna be like the cool dad, and the kid bring the parents a work day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It's funny, man. Every time I think about that, every time like something like I just had my cousin over and he was talking. He was like, dude, you legit do everything. And I was like, damn, I really have done everything. Pretty much. Anything I put my mind to, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try that out, see how that works.
Yeah, man. That's what part of me and Ewokk's whole podcast, man, was getting guys who are part of the grind. You know, entrepreneurs, guys who just, they pick up the ball and run with it, you know? So
hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Give it up. Give it up for him, bro. Look at that man's backdrop. Look at his backdrop. Just take it in. Just take that shit in. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, this is every day for me, man. Every day. So I mean I would pan all the way around, but I got a lot going on down there. This is my man cave.
Yeah, man. Tell you,
it's a good looking man cave, man.
Taking in that mustache too. That shit look fly. You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro. I'm doing it. I'm trying everything, bro.
I've been trying to grow my mustache since 8th grade, bro.
Bro, I'm not gonna. This started off as a no shave November type thing, but I started in September, and this is as far as I've gotten. So this is like 7 months of growing.
No,
hard growing.
That shit's fly though. I like it. I fuck with it.
As long as it looks good, that's all that matters, bro.
Yeah. Next thing you know, man, you be swinging some Persian mills and breaking people's backs like the Sheik. So you got this, man.
Hey, let's do it, bro. with my pointy boots. Bro.
Yeah. Oh man. So Braven, I have to ask, man. You're known for your martial arts, straight up. How old were you when you first got into doing martial arts? And I know you had shoot wrestling background, so you did collegiate and amateur wrestling too.
Yep. Yeah, I did that from. I mean, I started late in life actually. Like I started with Taekwondo when I was 13 years old, but I didn't stay long. All I saw was I could break boards, and I was like, that's all I want to do. That looked cool. I was like, dude, you guys can keep your gis. I didn't know how to tie my belt. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I broke some boards, and that's all I wanted.
Shit, that was me too when I was a little kid. I broke the board and I dipped. I was like, yeah, we good. Let me play some baseball now. Let me play some hockey.
I was legit like, that's it. See you later, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. After you see that Chuck Norris, them boards, boy, you good.
That's it, man. That's all you want. At 12 years old, I was walking through the halls like, they don't want none. They don't know. I'm over here breaking boards, bro. Like this. Stupid, man. Stupid. No, I stopped doing that just because I just got bored with it. And then I started doing high school wrestling. I started that as a freshman. I did that for 4 years, and then I just went on to Muay Thai. I mean, right after high school, actually right before I graduated high school is when I started cage fighting. Went on to fucking doing all that training and stuff. Been doing Muay Thai training for about 8 years. So that's pretty cool.
And that's such a hard discipline too, man. A lot of people think like, oh yeah, you just kick stuff, but like the whole like training of the body, getting your core getting pounded on all the time by, it's just people think it's like, oh yeah, anybody be a kickboxer. And I'm like, no, not really. That's a totally different beast of a combat sport that, not everyone could do.
When I started, I know everybody was like this, like their hands were up here. And I was like, you guys don't protect this? They're like, no, man, you just get hit. I'm like, no, I do not. I'm keeping my hands right here, bro. I'm not doing that shit. But I think the worst thing that I ever had to do was we would stand, like I'd stand right here, my training partner would be right in front of me, and we would just, even like as light as you can, you're just tapping shins. They want to like kill all the nerves and stuff so you can just kick and it's all right. Dude, just standing there tapping shins nonstop. That's one of the worst things I've ever experienced. Man, that shit sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still feel my shins. You'll see people taking like rolling pins and stuff for like pieces of wood and going down, coming up on their shins. Oh, you guys are crazy, man. I love it. I love doing this. I love kicking and elbowing and kneeing, but I'm not doing that shit, bro. Is it okay if I cuss? I'm sorry, man.
No, you good. Good. You in good hands, bro.
I've said shit like 17 times already, man.
Look who's your two podcast hosts, man.
Come on, dog.
I got the Ewokk over there, bro.
Come on, son. I say fucking shit on a daily basis, at least 1,000 times a day.
I'll tell you a funny thing, Braven. When I had Pro Wrestling Tonight going live in the TV studio, I was when I first had Ewokk come in with me. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, well, FCC, it was nice knowing you. Like that. I saw that, like, here comes the fines. I am so fucked,
I had to check ready for him.
Right? You gotta have a swear jar, bro.
And the thing was, Ewokk had no cursing at all, right? Tully Bertarelli comes on my show, and midway through, Mr. I'm a TV actor, he was like, fuck. And I was like, no. I was like, bro, you cursed.
First time I met him, I was like, holy shit, bro. Like, I just had to look at him like, damn.
Yeah.
That's a funny dude.
Yeah, man. Totally cursed me, dude. I had like 20 episodes straight, no cursing. It was like a perfect track record. I'm like, yeah, I'm the best guy on television. Until he comes up, oh, I'm ready for TV. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready to do this. And like, not hardly like 10 minutes in, he's like, fuck. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you.
That happens to the best of us, bro.
I know, man. It's so funny. So when me and Ewokk came up with this podcast, I'm like, I'm just going to say, fuck it. Just like we're a podcast, so like anybody's already watched us already, they know, like, yeah, I might look like Mr. Rogers on camera, but I do curse, so we're fine.
I don't know why, like, I don't know if you guys have seen, like, when Morgan Freeman says fuck, it's like, what the fuck? That's what it just felt like with you saying fuck. I was like, that didn't even feel right, bro.
Hey, like we are on some BET after dark shit. We hold no punches. We don't give a fuck about nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like this is my gimmick. My gimmick is me. I'm this 24/7. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, laughing. I had people ask me, like, what's Ewokk's gimmick? I'm like, have you not met this guy? Like, it's him. It's like, there's no gimmick.
Like, I told somebody it was a Nigerian card cracker, but, WWE got that now with Apollo Crews and Creed, whatever his name is.
I don't know what his name is now, actually. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, that is my gimmick. Like, my gimmick's me, man. I just said I was a Nigerian card cracker. People laughed. It was like, for real? No, like, no, fuck, leave me alone.
Now you're like what, Dominican Spider-Man meets Ninja Turtles from the Bronx.
Don't get me started with the Dominican Spider-Man has been around since high school. He's been around since high school. I used to tote around the mask and say, I'm Dominican Spider-Man, go down there. You know what I'm saying? Get some adobo, go down there. Like stupid shit. Like I was talking like Sammy Sosa and shit.
Well, I mean, Miles Morales was definitely he was like modeled after my life. I'm not even gonna lie. My mom's Puerto Rican. My dad's a black cop. I was like, dude, that's me right there, bro.
Shit, it might be a new gimmick. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just find
watching
a
that
science
movie, I was
lab,
like,
bro,
"Holy
with a radioactive spider, and you got that, man. You got that.
if I wasn't scared as fuck of spiders,
Here you are, a firefighter, and that's your biggest phobia. Running into buildings on fire, no problem. Kicking someone in the face, I got this. Spiders, hell no.
nope.
It's like not happening.
That's the one. I hate that shit, man. I hate that I'm so cool about everything, but as soon as I see a spider, I don't want to say I turn to a bitch, but I kind of turn to a bitch, man. That's the one time I'll say that.
Don't feel bad, dude. When I grew up in South Florida, our spiders were like big enough to carry small children on their back. So like growing up there, it's like, oh, what's out here? Oh, it's a giant wolf spider. Nope, burn down the house. Sorry,
Hey,
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Like in that part of Florida, did y'all have those little lizards and shit?
Yeah, salamanders and all that stuff.
Man, I love them lizards, bro. I remember when I went on tour, I took I had a pet, and then when I brought him back to Chicago, it died because I tried to house it.
I mean to laugh at your pet, bro.
I didn't know. like it stayed alive all the way until Chicago, and when I got a tank for it and everything, got a little thing, and then like it like died like a week into it.
He said, "Fuck it, man."
Yeah, because I thought it was dope. Because like there was little kids putting them on their ears and shit. I was like, yo, this is amazing. They're like hamsters, but they're lizards. It's like Super Mario World movie.
Where I grew up at, man, in South Florida, we were right near the Everglades, man. So it's like kind of like America, Australia. It's like what can kill you literally is in your backyard. And it's like, cool, alligators, yeah, that's no problem. Pythons, we got them. Iguanas, yep, they fall out of the trees.
Yeah.
Bro,
Giant
you were
birds.
out there wrestling gators, weren't you? I feel like you were wrestling gators at some point in your life, man. This man was rolling
like
around
missing
with gators,
fingers,
bro.
you know. I lost a ring finger. Well, long story short.
You ever wrestled a gator, bro? Yep.
Yeah.
Nah.
Gator don't take no bitches, you know. Oh my god, man. God. Oh, yeah. People watch this podcast like these guys have no sense at all, man. Or does this just
So let's watch stuff. You know what I'm saying? The podcast ain't supposed to be proper. You know what I'm saying? The podcast is supposed to be everybody's personalities. You know?
Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
Nah, I feel comfortable as soon as I know it's okay that I can cuss, which I don't even try to. I say shit a lot for some reason, and I say damn. I'll say fuck. I do say fuck quite a lot. I try to calm that down just because I'm a new dad, but it's if his first word is fuck, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, bro. I mean, sorry. I call him, for some reason, call my fiance, bro. Sorry, lady.
A child's going to learn it sooner or later, man. When I was a kid growing up, I learned all my cursing from my father. My dad would be working on a house on a house project. I would hear the pop, 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 the hammer going. All of a sudden, something falls. My dad had his famous catchphrase. He'd be like, "Oh, I'll be a kiss ass sorry son of a bitch."
I was expecting all those words, bro.
Hell no. And I know right then and there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting near him. He's riled up. I'm like, nah, not having that scar again.
I was expecting, oh fuck, but I don't even know what you just said, but that was a lot of words, bro. Ordering son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's a South Alabamian, Floridian for fuck, pretty much. So yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you, man. You just taught me something. I appreciate it.
No problem. So, growing up, man, you was a wrestling fan all your life, right?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yep.
Yeah. Who was your guys, man? Who was your main dudes that inspired you?
I would say the first person that I liked, like ever, for some reason, I was like, I saw Bret Hart and I saw the glasses as a kid. And he was my first ever like action figure that I got for Christmas when I was 6 years old. I got a wrestling ring. I got Bret Hart, The Undertaker, that he glowed in the dark. For some, I didn't even know who it was. I got Vader, and I had one other person. I don't remember who it was, but Bret Hart. That was always my dude. Once I got a little older, got into the Attitude Era. The Rock, Jeff Hardy, and Edge. That's my top three right there. I do love Stone Cold. It's always my dude, but The Rock, he'll always be number one. That was, I mean, once I moved from Chicago, from Southside Chicago to the suburbs, so I grew up around all of my Caucasian brethren. They all loved Stone Cold. They loved Shawn Michaels. I was like, bro, I got The Rock, man. That's my dude right there, man.
Yeah.
Right there. I got the Brahma Bull on my side.
I was when you said Caucasian brother, and you're like the bunch of white guys over here in Northwest Indiana. That's all right, bro. It's all right to say that.
Hey, I say that too. I say that too, so I don't get blocked on Facebook, because Facebook puts you in Facebook jail if you say colors and shit.
Yeah.
30 days, bro, at least.
Because I said something about a black pig. And then, I was like, yo, I need to get my tattoo covered. I think I'm just gonna get an all black pig, right? And then I got blocked, like, on Facebook. They put me in Facebook jail. I was like, bro, you guys are stupid. Like, I was mentioning, you know what I mean? So I, like, instead of saying white,
out of hand, man. It's getting crazy out there, bro. For real.
Yeah. So if you ever notice my things when I'm talking about like white people, I say Caucasian.
I'm not trying to insult or offend nobody, man.
Yeah.
No,
I love my
good.
Caucasian. I love my African American brethren. I love my Latino brethren. Everybody, bro. Everybody's got love.
Yeah, absolutely, my man.
No, all that Facebook block is my little brother. He's legit he's on his 4th Facebook profile because they keep blocking his shit for like months at a time. So he makes new names and makes a new, dude, it's goofy, man. Every little thing he says, it's goofy. It don't make no sense.
So, The Rock, Bret Hart, big influences on you. When you get your background with amateur wrestling, with Muay Thai, when did you decide to take the big step ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to try this professional wrestling?
It's funny, when I was probably like 8 years old, my dad, he still lives in Chicago now, but he was training and he would take me to some of the practice and stuff. And I clearly remember this guy. He could not do just a front flip into a I'm sorry, I've been drinking.
Back bump.
Hey, same here. Same here.
He couldn't do the back bump.
That's bad when a wrestler can't remember a back bump. He's like, you know that thing we do when we fall back, like, about bump, brother.
I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck's that word? No, yeah, it was. He couldn't do a front flip to a bump. Yeah, and he was on the inside of the ring, and I'm just watching. I was like, that shouldn't be hard, and I did it. I just did a front flip into a bump, and everybody's like, this little kid can do it, but you can't do it, and it made me feel horrible. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I wasn't trying to make you look bad, but my dad, he was doing it. He got me into it, and I mean, years later is when I started. 2019 is when I started finally training. I was like, you know what? I've done everything I wanted in life, pretty much, besides being a dad at the time. I was like, I want to try wrestling. So I went out to Chicago, started training in March of 2019, and by August, I had my first match.
Who was your first match against?
It was actually a tag match. It was me and my friend Dean Jacobs tagging against his name's Will Allday and Cam Cole from they're out from Texas. They were two of Booker T's guys, and those two, man, they're the shit, bro. It was my first time in a wrestling locker room, and we're going over the match, and they legit go, "We're gonna do this, 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 or you do that, and then this, 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 and this." And I was like, "You guys retained all this shit? How did you do that, man?" Like, and they're all like,
Walk
"Yeah,
and
we're good.
talk."
Great." And I was like, No, everybody huddle back together. I'm not done. Like, we got to do this again because there's no way, man. So I was nervous, bro. I was super nervous, but they were awesome, man. Will, I mean, we still we keep in contact. He's huge, man, out in Texas. He does Reality of Wrestling.
Nice, yeah.
He's one of their champs right now. Just a cool, laid back dude, man. And shout out to Will Allday and Cam Cole. So yeah, they were cool.
So your first match, it was it at Logan Square?
No, it was a Freelance Underground show. We were at the freelance show that was at Logan Square.
Yeah.
We used to come out with Isaiah's.
Yeah. Like I've been to a bunch of those, like I like to get drunk and watch wrestling. You feel me?
Hey man, that shit is cool,
I've seen you a couple billion times,
No, yeah, we used to come out and then they'd be like, go out, beat somebody up, come back. Go out, beat somebody up. I was like, dude, these people legit hate me, man. Like they hated me. And I'm not used to that. Like I was like, I'm a nice person, bro. How am I supposed to do this? But they're like, dude, that's what you want. You want the heat. I was like, all right. So I kept doing it. But I mean, yeah, we were just attacking people on freelance, and then we had a match at Freelance Underground at was not Beer Church. Maybe it was Beer Church.
It was the brewery, right? The run like both atmospheres are very, very dope atmospheres for wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's like
super cool.
It's like you have like the Chicago super fans, and then you just have people that's like, hey, there's wrestling at Logan Square and shit, and there's $2 beers. You know what I mean? So like that atmosphere is just like ridiculously fucking crazy and wild. And like having your first match in either one, or just like being seen at either one, like I think that would jitter your nerves a little bit.
A whole lot, bro. A whole lot. It was pretty much, they were like, hey, we believe in you. Sink or swim, man. Do it. I was like, all right, man. All right. Let me get my headspace, bro. Get this shit right. I was always super nervous, man.
Yeah.
I'm still nervous. I'm nervous before every single match, man.
But that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means that you actually love what you do and you actually care about what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
The day that you don't get nervous is the day I worry about you.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you okay, bro?
Whatever happens. No, bro. that when I missed that kip up, that last match, I'm still pissed off at myself.
But it didn't look like it,
every time I see that, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker.
Like the thing about wrestling, any sports, is like you think in your head that you fucked up, but like the people don't see that you fucked up. You know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's always the best advice I've always given to people, but it was the best advice given to me when I wrestled too, because I used to do the same thing. Fuck, I forgot that spot, and the guys always said like, yeah, but the fans didn't know, so you're fine as long as they. You have this someone go, oh yeah. Then this when you go like, oh shit.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, shut. Yeah. That's when you screw up when that happens. But most of the time, like fans know. It's not a knock on the fans. That's the truth.
Yeah, I mean they don't know. I mean, they're as long as they're entertained and they're happy and they're loud, it don't matter, man. Afterward, I mean, it still sucks once. Like for us, since we know what we're looking for. I mean, yeah, it's a little rough. Like, you're always going to be your own worst critic.
Everyone is.
And I feel like in every match you have, I don't think there's ever been anybody who's like, that was a perfect match that I had. I mean, at least that I've ever seen. But yeah, as long as they're happy, I mean, and the promoter, as long as the promoter's happy, that's all that matters.
Exactly. I could relate to you when you're talking about like when they were putting all the matches together and like all the crazy stuff they were like adding into it. Growing up in the South, wrestling in the South, a lot of the old school guys would do the walk and talk. And literally, you go into a locker room, and they'd be like, all right, this is what we do in the beginning. And that's finish. Good luck out there. And you're like...
Yeah, that's exactly what happened when I went to Tennessee.
Yeah, we went to Tennessee. I knew this would exactly happen. I was like, they're going to tell you, they tell you, we lock up, and here's the finish. See you out there, kid. Like, huh? Which is the best way to learn, though, because you work on the fly, and it's so much fun, man.
You have instincts, like you have like everything that you've trained. You're like, okay, this is coming. Like I could do this, I could do that. Like it's pro wrestling is a lovely sport and art. Like
I consider the old school way of calling a match is almost like improv. It's like nothing ain't scripted. We're just going to go with the flow, hear what the crowd's doing. Mm-hmm. If it's sounding good, feeling good, let's go. If it's not working, let's change the course. And I remember the first time I ever came across anyone, I was in Kentucky. Southern Kentucky workers were also walk and talk type of guys. But when I went to the Northern Kentucky area, the Cincinnati, Ohio area, Like, that's when I first saw guys were like, all right, brother, this is what we're going to do. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We do that in the first 5 minutes. Second half, we're going to go through the rest of the alphabet, and God help us if you forget something, because we'll beat the hell out of you. And you're just sitting like, whoa, what? Like, I'm not going to remember all this. You're going to be like writing all that stuff on your hand. And you start sweating. You wipe your and it starts like, yeah, man. It's like it's never works, you know.
But John, like what do you think did that to pro wrestling? Like what do you think? What was the turning point? You think it was like your RVD Jerry Lynn's? You think it was your Tajiri?
It was actually before all that. So, what was the big turning point with all that? Everybody puts a big chain sequence together, and they do like 1,000 spots. Believe it or not, the father of spot calling is Pat Patterson. When Pat Patterson you'll go back in time, overlook some of the, I don't want to say overlook his bad stuff he did, but watch what he did in California when him and Ray the Crippler Stevens would work as a tag team together. They were doing sequences of moves and stuff and double team moves where a lot of tag teams back then were not doing that. And he would also be a big finish guy. So he would put together like a long sequence of, we go here, 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 and here, and we get to this point. And so he was kind of like the first, I don't say like the first guy who did it, but he was the first one who kind of made it like, okay, you're on television now. Okay, this is what you're going to do. And I think a lot of guys kind of picked up off that. The younger guys may not think about it, but it was his influence that influenced the future generations of like the RVDs, the Jerry Lynn's, the Tajiris, the Super Crazies, and all those guys. If you can go back to the Lucha Libre, and I love good lucha. I love good Lucha Libre in Mexico and Puerto Rico, both. But if you definitely watch old school Lucha Libre from the 1990s, it was mostly brawling, man. They had some high flying here and there, but it was a fight. And they made you feel like it was a fight. But you go watch like WWF in the 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, you would see like all these sequences and big finishes put together.
Yeah.
You know, and Pat Patterson was a major influence on that. So yeah, if people want to go back in time and say, well, who created the whole backstage agent, putting your whole match together and going out there and doing it? That's Pat. Pat was Vince's right hand guy for doing that.
God damn, you a teacher, man. You just taught me some shit that I didn't even know.
Yeah, for real, bro. I'm sitting here and man, should I say something?
I got way too much time on my hands, guys. That's my biggest problem. Then I had some really good old school teachers that drop all that knowledge on me over the years, you know, because I was I'm the wrestling nerd, man. I love the business so much that I wanted to learn everything, anything, and who was it that created it. I also have a friend, his name Jesse Mays. I know Jesse's going to watch this. Shout out to Stash. Guy has the greatest porn mustache of all time.
Hey, shout out to Jesse and shout out to porn, man.
Yeah. One keeps you active, the other one keeps you entertained. So, you know, but Jesse, man, he would always, like, every day he'll message me on Facebook. And Jesse's like, boom, here's a little history trivia for you. And he would drop like the little bits of knowledge, even things that I didn't know. This guy, his whole house is like a wrestling museum. So he has like all the stuff from like 1930s, 1940s on up. So like I'll pick his brain when I see stuff. And I'm like, drop that knowledge on me, man. You know, because you learn things like history wise, like even I didn't know. So
I feel like you know everything, so that's crazy that somebody else can teach you more. Like that's wild, man.
Well, I mean, then that's an important lesson, I think, for all of us guys in the business and girls too, is that we never stop learning. The day that we do, that's when we're failing ourselves for doing that. You know, like I will still to this day will message veteran promoters, veteran wrestlers, and have them watch what we're doing at Chicagoland, and it's like, give me notes. Let me hear what you think. Don't sugarcoat it. I want to hear it. Yeah. And that's why the next show already got ideas how to make things even better for what it is, and that we have like the complete show, you know, which you're a big part of that yourself, man. I'm like, seriously, like it's kind of funny how Ewokk, how me and Braven actually met. Part of it's Marche Rocket, and the other part is he came into the freaking what was it? City Hall, and saw our flyers there, and he's like, "There's wrestling in Michigan City."
I live in Michigan City, bro. Like honestly, like the dopest like wrestling promo I've ever made, like filming, was yours, sir. It was yours, Fett. Legit,
Oh, really?
like people was like, yo, like what the fuck you filming, like horror movies now, bro?
Dude, the more simple, dude, it's fucking. I love that video. I know I look I'm still not used to like all the movements and stuff. And there's one point where it's funny, man. Everybody's like, "Hey, why are you standing like that?" I didn't realize like my jacket's so tight. Like I started lifting finally. My jacket's so tight that my arms are like this. So I'm standing like this at one point, and I look goofy. But dude, how simple that was. Like no words, just me and a wolf. And that's a legit wolf, bro, that we were with. Just walking in the woods, bro. Super cool.
What I love about it was, man, I showed it to a couple of friends, and the first thing they say was, "Dude, he's like a Mortal Kombat character come to life."
that was the idea.
I mean,
going into it.
Yeah,
like
straight up, I love it.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I wanted something that was not me, and I was like, I do Muay Thai, but as you can see, I'm a goofy, happy person. But Braven Fett is not, dude. It's like I like looking at the picture and then looking at me. I'm like, dude, how do I bring this to life? And sometimes I'm able to do it, and it's really cool to see. But I like the duality of man right there, man. Like good and evil, bad side, good side. It's pretty cool.
And by looking at the CCW's first event, man, people in the crowd love you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Pretty loud, man.
and not just family and friends. Like the entire freaking building was like, "Oh yeah." Kick Jackson Larkin's headed, man. You got this.
You had the whole crowd, including probably 15 to 20 drunk motherfuckers, howling.
As soon as I went like this, I didn't expect them to do it with me. So I was like, I'm gonna kind of feed off of this, bro. They did it the first time. I was like, all right, let's see if they do it again. Before I jumped off the side, I did it again, and they did it. I was like, we might have something here, man. That's pretty cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
That was a good time.
Super over, man. And that's one of the things I think when talent has to understand, a promoter can give you or a booker can give you so much of a push, but if you don't get yourself over, you're not over. And dude, you got yourself over big time that night, like super big.
That's cool, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
And I'm an honest guy, man. If something didn't work, I'm like, all right, let's go back to the drawing board. But when he came out, the contacts, the mask, the dude, that got over. They got over big.
And that's why they call it independent wrestling. It's all on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Independence is all on you, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like you supposed to be the person that put the work in. You the person that's supposed to be making the shirts, making the merch, getting a 50,000 new wolf skull mask. You know what I'm saying? Is nobody
have to do that, bro?
And there's nobody else that does that shit. Like you slacking on yourself if you ain't putting in money on yourself. When people hit me up and I tell them $60 for me to film or $20 extra bucks for me to drive over to you, and I never hear from them again, well, fuck you then. You know what I'm saying?
You're not serious about it, you know?
You don't want to be in the industry. There's people that are driving 24 hours. Shout out to Yo-Yo.
I was just about to say that, bro.
Like people that are driving mad hours to Jersey City, and you live in, you know what I'm saying? Like you live somewhere totally far away, and you're wrestling a 10-minute match just to drive back home.
Yep.
You putting in that work. You putting in that time. You know what I'm saying? You putting in that money. Gas ain't cheap. And so like this is what you got to put in to wrestle. Like you can't just do half-ass with pro wrestling, son.
For him to drive from Washington D.C. to Michigan City, that was 8 hours, if I'm correct. And what was crazy was I had a guy from Chicago hit me up when I first announced Chicagoland. And he's like, yeah, brother, I'd love to be on the roster. And the thing is, the guy has $1 million look to him. And then I was like, yeah. I said, well, right now, I got a great venue that, is kind of like our little home office right now. This is where we're going to be running shows at. well, where's that? And I was like, oh, it's Michigan City. Beautiful place, beaches. The casino. It's got. Michigan City is a cool little town. I love Michigan City.
It's like South Park.
Yeah, it's a chill, cool little place, man. And the first thing came out of his mouth was, "Oh, that's too far of a drive."
Fuck you.
And I look at him like, "You got a train.
What?
You got a train. You just take the train and go." Like, for real? You can't make a booking an hour away, but yet you're wanting to be on national television? Like, okay, make the drives. Like, how long you been in business? Oh, okay, you definitely should be making the drives. Get your name out.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime when I was breaking in, I didn't care if I was ring announcing, refereeing, setting up the ring, anything I had to do. And I tell the guys this all the time. Whatever you have to do to get your foot in that fucking door, you do it.
Yeah.
And anytime that seat was open, any of the veterans I was friends with when I was a rookie, give me a call. Hey, you busy doing anything? No, why? I got a seat open. I can't promise you a booking, but it's an opportunity. Dude,
Yeah.
I was sitting in that car, bag in my lap. I didn't care if it was their luggage or my luggage. I was ready to go because it was a learning experience. One, because you're driving with a vet. The veterans giving you all these stories, telling you stuff. But on top of it, they were introducing me to promoters, introducing me to bookers.
Yeah.
Getting my foot in the
face out there.
That's what I'm saying, man. And that's the advice I would give you or anybody else. Just go. If you know there's a show there, just show up. Hey, I'm here to help out.
Yeah. And
also make your bag in case you need me.
There's people like Quinn Whittick and Rock Rivera. They've been very especially during the COVID season. They've been wrestling in Wisconsin and they've been wrestling in Tennessee, and they've been taking me on the road with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, it might be a battle royal, it might be free, but hey, if you want to come with me, there's a seat open. And so like sometimes you just got to say yes. When it comes to pro wrestling, you got to say yes. Because you might not know who that promoter is. That promoter might be somebody that works for AEW. That promoter might be somebody that, you know what I'm saying? Like they wrestle. Like you'll never know with wrestling. Like you never know.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to take that booking in California for free. Sometimes you got to take that Tennessee booking for free.
And here's the thing people kind of forget too, man. There's a lot of Facebook groups where promoters are all in one big group together. And promoters will talk. Promoters will talk about talent. They'll be like, hey, so-and-so got a world of potential. You need to book them? Let me know. And there's other guys I've seen go, this kid, no shows like every event possible, don't book them. And you'll see like 50 promoters be like, see ya, gone. Like they don't want to talk to them. So yeah, I think it's important, man, to get your name out. Just shake hands, kiss babies, get to know everyone around you, and see what's out there. Because like Ewokk said, you might think the one promoter may not have connections, and you end up finding out they're actually connected to somebody. So wrestling is a small world, man. I learned that the hard way years ago, and I was like, what does so-and-so knows? And they're like, everybody. It's like literally, he can help you out, So yeah, absolutely. Man.
I got lucky with you guys that I just so happened to. I was working that day. I was on shift. We had to go to City Hall for something. We probably had some meeting or something. I was walking by on this desk. It just had Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, and I was like, Michigan City, what? Like I had no idea. So I took the flyer with me, and then it got postponed for a little bit. Yeah. And then when you guys rebooked it, that was when I reached out to you. I was like, hey man, I mean, I'm new, but I love doing this. This is cool. It's bad. And at the time, I didn't know that it was even for TV. It was just this. I mean, this is. I just got lucky that it's close. I was like, I only live 5 minutes away from the venue, but no, yeah. I mean, that wasn't even it. It was just, I was like, I'm trying to get as many bookings as possible. And this was just, I got lucky with this. I got really lucky that I got picked for this.
We pretty much live not only in the same town, we lived almost pretty much in the same neighborhood almost. Because it's like, because I'm like 5 minutes away from the venue too. So I'm like, man, we could literally be hanging out like every day, barbecuing and talking about.
Hell yeah, man, talking wrestling, bro. Talking wrestling.
I might come to Michigan City. I heard y'all got rallies up there.
We do. We do.
I will say one thing. Last time I went to rallies, bro, I don't want to rag on 'em or nothing, but I've never been more pissed off at a place. I ordered a double cheeseburger, whatever it was I ordered. I opened that bitch up, took the bun off. They gave me a patty that was this, I'm not even exaggerating, this big, had a little bit of ketchup on it. They said, go fuck yourself. Like,
So,
pretty much.
That's why I like rallies, man. They keep you on your
They don't give
toes.
a fuck.
They keep you on your toes. Like every time I go to Ohio, every time I go to Cleveland, and there's a rallies up there, try to get the little $2.99 shrimp basket, bro. It ain't real shrimp. It's just bread.
You never know what you're gonna get, bro.
So shout out to our potential, but not now potential sponsor rallies. Thanks, Braven. So anyway,
hey,
we were planning to make that our food dive at the end of the shows. Now we're probably going to be told to get the fuck out.
A funny story about rallies. Like I remember rallies were supposed to be open till like 3 or 2 a.m. after like our show, but apparently like
it wasn't. He told me about that.
Yeah, the workers is like straight up left and like caught the wrestling show and just got drunk and just like called it a day because the whole town was
you never know, bro.
I'm just planning to buy pizza for everybody like next show, man. I'm like, here it is. JJ's piece of shack. Enjoy. Big ass party pan pizza. Eat that. I mean, if you get diarrhea, it's on you, but still, I mean, it happens.
Hey, it's free, bro. It's free.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up and eat it. No, bro, you never know what it's like. I mean, I'm not gonna say the name, but the other place, it's like fucking Popeyes, bro. Like, you never know what kind of attitude you're gonna get, man. Like,
talk about Church's Chicken.
Shit, them too, bro. I haven't had them in years, bro.
No, I love Church's Chicken, bro. Like it's like getting Church's Chicken is like a mission because they're always in like the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city. And it's like, yo, like you take a girl out and you be like, yo, I'm gonna take you to Church's Chicken. I ain't never had Church's Chicken. I was like, yo, I got you.
It's about to be an experience for both of us.
The clogged arteries don't kill you. The gunshot drive-by shootings and everything else included will be there for you too.
Okay. I've legit always said, if your chicken doesn't come from behind bulletproof glass, it's probably not that good.
Yeah,
exactly. That's how I live. That's how I live. Yeah. I got 7 mixtapes and a bucket of chicken. That's how it goes.
Hey, man, that's true life right there, bro. Hell yeah. That's like make me reminisce about my Chicago days.
My question to you, how is your training? Like how are you being trained? Everybody's getting trained different. Everybody's getting trained different styles. I know you got fucking people at freelance like Bryce Benjamin, Isaiah Velasquez. Yeah. It's just like how is your training, man? Those are two amazing forms of people because it's like you got the lucha style Americana, you got just straight up this theory because Isaiah Velasquez is old Windy City vet, so he has some of that also. And
he's got that old school mentality for sure, bro. Like if he gives you that look, you're like, oh shit, like let me shut the fuck up and pay attention. But no, it's cool. The training it's a lot of conditioning, a lot of footwork, because he starts from like every practice. If your footing is fucked up, everything else is gonna be fucked up. So we're gonna work on that. And I love it, man. I love that he just goes. He takes the basics, but makes them so much more than just that. Like, he makes everything look just flawless. Everything he does just looks flawless. And I'm like, I'm trying to be right there, dude. I'm trying to look like that. I mean, that's a lot of work because he's been doing it for 15 years now, bro. Like
probably more than that. Probably more than that because when I was over there, he was already probably 5 or 6 years in. And then, like my stupid ass, I was kaput after 8 months. I was gone. But but he was actually training people. Like he's actually helping train people on certain days. So he knew his shit. And
that guy, he's the shit, man.
And he puts in work. and he's one of the people that like some good talent is like, you're good talent, but like if you're willing to help people, that's even more rewarding.
Yeah,
Because
he's giving back to the business.
Because right now, out of your school, there's a lot of people that their eyes are on them. There's people that have been signed to NXT. I don't know how many people have been signed to AEW, but there's people that are on the GCW shows. There's people that I see on Twitter. Davey Bang, shout out to you, Davey Bang.
Bang, bro. That's my little dude right there, man. It's my little Boricua brother right there.
You know what I'm saying? Is it's like you guys got a lot of talent out of your students there, and like I can't wait to wrestle them and throw them around the ring, and I can't wait to see them on the big stage, because like your whole school is you guys got some killers at your school, bro, and like that goes to training, bro, and so fucking congratulations to fucking.
Hey, I appreciate respect. I can't say much just because with the whole COVID season and everything. And dude, the past couple months, I just got super, like I had COVID. I'm a firefighter, so I'm not trying to bring that into training with me, because I mean that's going to shut you down anyway. So I had to take a step back, but I just got back into training last week, and it's still the professionalism that comes with it, and everybody does their best. It's cool, man. It's a cool atmosphere. I love it. I love going there and seeing how hard everybody works. And I'm just like, I'm trying to break out too, bro. Like, I'm happy for everybody. I'm trying to get there too, That's cool, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you'll definitely get there, man. Trust me. You're one of those guys. What I like about you, outside of like you have a great ability, but the two things that stand out to me when I first met you was you're willing to learn. You're always willing to pick someone's brain. You're not, oh yeah, I didn't know this. That's the worst thing a rookie does nowadays, is a whole, yeah, I know. It's like, no,
I'll never.
No, but also you have a character, and a character that's not like anyone else's. Like anyone else, we're like, oh yeah, what do you do? Well, I'm a wrestler. I'm like, okay, but what is your character about? Wrestles. Like, okay, do you have a gimmick? Do you have a character? Like, come on now. And your character's really cool, man, because it's like The Witcher. It's a Mandalorian type, and it's a little bit of you, I guess, a little bit of your dark side to you, I guess. And because everybody, no matter how nice you are, everyone has like that little dark side. So I was like, all right, I'll bring that out with what I'm doing.
Everybody does,
Yeah.
No, it's I get excited every time I get to kind of bring that out. I get to think of what I'm going to do next with it. And sometimes it's like it just kind of takes over. It's cool, man. I think it's pretty cool. Like, and I have to say this because a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you're the Black Wolf because you're black." I'm like, "Well, I'm half black." No, the Black Wolf comes from I got black hair, bro. Like, I got black hair and gold eyes, but I'm Puerto Rican and black. So people are like, "Oh, you're the Black Wolf because you're black." I mean, we could say that. That's fine. It don't bother me. But that's not really the reason. But that's like, I mean, The Witcher. He's the White Wolf.
Yeah.
Is it because he's white? No, because he's got white hair, bro. Like, it's funny, man. That's one of the funniest things that it cracks me up.
And it's funny because some fans will get that reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like once you start applying that to your merch, like people will be like, "Oh shit, I gotta get this shit. Yeah, I gotta get this merch."
Absolutely,
I can't wait. I can't wait, man. I'm putting all that together right now.
It's like, dude, seriously. I remember when we first started talking about it, and you're like, "Well, I want to incorporate this and this." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then it was that day that you said, "Hey, I cut a promo for you," and I'm like, "Okay, let's see it." And your head came up and the eyes, dude, I instantly was like, yo, okay, let's keep that, man. That's the look.
If you popped, other people are gonna pop. So man,
everyone I talked to when they saw that, they're like, dude, those eyes, That's it. That's
it's different, you know.
those
I'm
eyes
trying to come up with
sold
something
that
that people
promo.
see.
Yeah,
Really?
those eyes sold a promo because they saw that, they were like, okay, that's not like anybody else in Chicago right now. So that stands out.
Yeah,
I thought about popping them in before this podcast, but I decided against it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You walk.
nah, like that what you have is going to evolve. It's going to evolve into something different. Like what I have now with what I'm doing with the wrestling Ewok and whatever, it's evolving. Like you figure what steps that you need to take is like once you get your first shirt out there, that motherfucker's gonna sell out. I already know that shit's gonna sell out. And like you're gonna be like, all right, cool. This is what I'm gonna do next. And then like once you built the blocks, man, it just like people see that. And like I said on the last podcast with Dixon, it was like, hey, you don't know who's looking at you. You don't know who's watching you. It's like, hey, you got a whole bunch of motherfuckers watching your school. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to realize you are a part of the next generation of freelance wrestling, of Chicago stars and freelance wrestling. Like you are the Drake and the Degrassi of freelance wrestling. And that was the most popular. Like, I hate to be a nerd right now, but that was the most popular season of Degrassi.
Hey, I'm cool with that as long as I don't end up in a wheelchair.
No, you ain't gonna be in a wheelchair. You're fine. But I'm saying, is this like, there's a new breed of Chicago stars after COVID that are gonna pop out, and it's gonna be fucking nuts because people are hungry to see live wrestling in Chicago. There have been some kids that are training right now that you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. And I feel like right now, Chicago wrestling, when we pop out, we're going to pop out. This is the place to be for pro wrestling. Like Chicago's back.
I'm excited to see what Freelance Academy, what Wrestle League, and what Steve Boz's school produces.
CSW.
Yeah, man. I mean, all three places turn out good students, man.
And your roster is a chunk of all three.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I want it that way.
Yeah,
when I come to the Illinois workers, I'm like, if I book everyone from freelance, then we're a freelance show, and that's not our goal. If we're all Wrestle League, would be a Wrestle League show, and the Wrestle League is our brother promotion, and it is our main dojo. But I wanted to represent the best talent in the Midwest, but most importantly, instead of always constantly booking the same veterans that everyone sees 5 miles down the road, give me the young guys. Give me the rookies. Let me be a mentor to them. Let me be a coach. Let me sit down and work with someone on their gimmick. Let me work on someone with, I'm lost. And the promoters don't know what to do with me. What should I do? Well, come work for me and we'll guide you through. So when they see this, they know what to do with you. I've done that in Kentucky, did everywhere else. And when I saw when you hit me up like, I'm green. I'm like, perfect. If you're willing to learn, willing to listen, I want you on my team. Same thing with Larkin. Man, I looked at him like, come on board, man. Turn it up.
It's definitely appreciated, man. Especially for new people to get any type of advice. It's badass. It's super appreciated, man. Like I mean, since we met, it's been really cool. Really appreciate you. You've helped with my gimmick since day one, like legit. Like when I started talking to you, that was a transition period. So I was like, I'm not liking what I'm doing because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna come up with something else. And I mean, you were super cool helping me with that, and I appreciate it.
Hey man, to me is passing it on down from what someone did for me when I was young. Because I was blessed that way, man. I had a bunch of ornery, angry old veterans that didn't like a young kid being in the locker room, but I got lucky where there were some who were like, we like you because you show up and you're willing to take a beating and put up a ring and take down the ring and listen. So we want to help you out. And that was one of the best advice I ever got from a veteran was if you're going to create a gimmick, you're going to create a character, one, make it where anyone can relate to it. But most importantly, if it's a piece of who you are, it's the easiest gimmick to do. Why? it's you. But it's just you turned up 10. I think that's what made ECW so successful, where a lot of those guys, they were just themselves. For the most part, it was really just who they were, you know? But it was just they were turned up 10. To me, I look at CCW, what we're doing in Chicagoland, same thing. I was like, okay, you know, you got, like yourself, you know, you got, you know, your love for Star Wars, you got your love for The Witcher, but you also have like all this combat, you know, training for hand-to-hand combat martial arts. I'm like, dude, you're a natural striker. You know, that's who you are. It's like Garrison Creed, you know, you're a mercenary. And then you find out he's actually real life special forces, and it's like, okay, yo, that's real. You know,
that's a scary and a nice dude at the same time. I ain't never met him.
Dude, he's the most humble dude in the world, but yet I would hate to piss him off. I really would. It'd be like that. It'd be like one of those freaking like Punisher TV show type things. You know, you kind of like, you go to sleep at night, you wake up, he's like standing over you. You're like, oh crap.
No,
your payday's here, man. Let me get your pay, okay?
And all of his fan, like that's a person that like grew a crazy dope ass fan base. Like he has people legit that drive 5 hours just to see him wrestle.
Yeah, they did at our show.
Yeah. He has people like in his like little team, like his team platoon. Like I don't know the terminology for it, but like they come out and see him wrestle.
He had a guy drive all the way from Kentucky that served in the military with him in combat that came to our show, and the dude was like the chillest, coolest dude on earth. You know, this thing with them, like a lot of the combat veterans, man, they're like 90% of them are like the chillest dudes anyone could ever talk to. And I think when you kind of see bad shit, same with firefighters and cops, the guys who actually seen like really bad things usually are the most humble dudes. You know, they've seen things. That's the best way I could explain it. You know what I'm talking about, you know, Braven, because you're a firefighter, man. You've probably seen things that none of us will ever understand. You know.
It's not the most. It's not fun. Every day is not taking naps and washing your car. You know.
Yeah. It's like TV shows like Rescue Me. No, that's what we kind of do. It's like no.
Hey, no, Rescue Me was a good show, man. That shit won like 4 Emmys. That shit won 4 Emmys.
I started watching that actually. I'm on season 3.
You start watching that? Like I would think that'd be like the show that got you in this shit, you know?
That's like Backdraft. All firefighters watch the movie Backdraft. I was like, nah. My first finisher move was called the Backdraft, actually.
Oh, you need to bring that motherfucker out, man.
I can't because I'm pretty sure who uses the move. No, it's not you. I think maybe it was Harrison, the guy you went against. But
yeah. Z kick him. Z kick him. You can call something else a backdraft. I want to see that shit, man. Like you need to still need to pay homage to the things that you do. In the wrestling ring. My gear, my new gear is here, and my new interest repertoire is here. All I gotta say is MF Doom Appreciation Night, and it's just gonna be crazy. All I gotta say is shit's gonna be crazy, and it's like you gotta tune into what you do in your life with wrestling. Is like you see your Johnny Garganos, like every takeover he does a Marvel theme because he's a comic book nerd. You know what I mean? Is just like you like fans will pop over that. Like fans will gravitate towards that. It's just like, so sometimes you got to tune into the Star Wars thing. Like I don't want to be the only dude that tunes into Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, everything. Like my new gear is being made right now. It's gonna be sick, man. My last name is Fett, so I got a lot of Mandalorian stuff going on, and I got the letters on my kick pads, or it's Arabesh, which is the Star Wars letters and language and stuff. Like that's what I tune into mainly is Star Wars stuff.
It's good. It's just like me personally, pop culture, just all pop culture in general. But it's just like you got to stand out. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, independent pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
You have to figure a way to stand out amongst a billion wrestlers that are in the city, because like you might not be the best athlete. You might not be the best looking, but if you have that if you have that thing that people could gravitate towards, that will put you above all.
I think the word you're looking for, Ewokk, is connection. That's the main word.
Yeah.
Have that connection that grabs people. Absolutely. Yeah. I think I think it's kind of funny, man, looking back at the old days. You talk about, like, your finisher was called the backdraft. I remember a lot of old Southern promoters, if they had like a young guy in their locker room, they're like, "Oh, what's your shoot job?" And if you said like firefighter, they would exactly be like, "That's it. That's your gimmick. You're the firefighter." You'd be like, "No, man, come on, don't do that to me." And they would back then. They would stick you with gimmicks, and you're like, okay, you look like Bret Hart. We're gonna call you Tony the Hitman. You're like, okay.
So many people told me to go with the firefighter gimmick. I was like, no, I don't. Like, that's what I do every day. I'm not trying to, like, this is my escape from that. It's literally, I mean, that's where Braven Fett came from. It's everything that I like. I try to channel everything dark that I've seen, and I push that into Braven Fett, and that's how it comes out. Is that, I mean, he's not a bad guy, but he's not the best guy. So like it's a complete 180 away from me, man. It's not me at all.
You don't want to be known as Firebreaker Chip. No offense to the guy. Back in the old school days of WCW, there was this guy in the 1990s called Firebreaker Chip, and he wore the firefighter outfit, and he would give fire tips to the fans.
So like the in Living Color thing, the Fire Marshal Bill type.
Fire Marshal.
If you guys can look it up right now, you'll see. Just type in Firebreaker Chip on Google, and
Firebreaker Chip.
Firebreaker Chip. Right, yeah, I know you watch Ewoks on Lose It Watch, and his whole shtick was, "Hey kids, remember, don't light matches and set them on fire." You're like, okay, like, and then his like tag partner was like a U.S. military guy. It's like during the time period, like every wrestler had a job occupation, and so it's like, I just remember as a kid, like, you're talking about firefighter gimmicks. I'm like, man, that's like the only firefighter gimmick wrestler I actually ever heard. So I'm like,
Firebreaker Chip is like, it's thick, boy. Like he's swole, boy.
Yeah.
It looked like one, bro.
Yeah, you gotta be at least a little bit of shape to be a firefighter.
So just like the people that are listening, Firebreaker Chip was part of a tag team champion, the U.S. tag team champions, and they were the Patriots. And the dude looks like he was like a Green Beret or something like that.
Yep. Ranger Ross, I believe was the guy's name.
And the dude's interest gear was a fire hat that said WCW. This shit is wild, man.
Go back on the network and look up 1990 to 1992 WCW, and you're like, wow. Like some of the gimmicks they would create, and be like, okay, this is Firebreaker Chip versus the Ding Dongs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Jim Hurt era. Oh man. But
that's a great tag team name, man. I should bring that back.
Yeah. There you go.
Ding Dongs. That should probably be ARC's new name.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Man, come on.
Hey, man, I know they talk this shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, Red, man. I love Red, but it's just it's interesting. I don't know if have you told Red the truth? Yeah, have you dropped it on him?
No.
Okay, let's just leave it alone. It's kayfabe here, so we're good.
I have not.
He's gonna watch this. He's gonna be hitting me up, trying to be like, "What truth? What's going on?" I'm like, nothing.
Hey,
You'll never know.
Shit right there that was dropped on me. So I was like, "What the fuck?" I wish I could tell the story. I can't. I cannot. But dude, that shit is crazy, bro. Like super crazy. It's unbelievable.
He's going to kill all of us. I just want that to be known. After this comes out, this podcast, he's going to hear secret, and all of us like, "Oh, we can't talk about it." And he's going to hit me straight up. He's like, "You will tell me right now, or I'll be at your house." I'm like, yeah, I can see him doing it right now. He's going to be like, "What secret? What secret? What are you talking about?
With the cigar in his hand.
What's up? You know?
Yo, like I love the shit.
I love red.
Like see red. Like every time I wear red in like something, like it's got to be if it's like a picture or a logo or something. He was like, "Hey, why it gotta be red?"
Yeah, dude.
Like,
my whole family messed with him at that first show we ran because I was wearing red, wife was wearing red, brother-in-law was wearing red, and he goes walking in, and he was like, "Really? You really? Like all three of you, the whole family? Okay. What's next? I'm gonna start wearing blue. I'm gonna start wearing myself. I want to start wearing blue." And I'm like, "Dude, this is only one night. You're fine."
They had his entourage, man. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, "Come on, you're Uncle Red." You know how that is. But man, you got that big match coming up, man. June 12th, and you're teaming up with Yoya, who's been killing it. Janaya Kai, who by the way, tonight she got announced for Bloodsport 6 for Josh Barnett's show.
WrestleMania.
I saw that. Just saw that.
Yeah,
Yo, that girl.
That's big, man.
That girl will kick, like, you know what I'm saying? I like my predictions. Janai Kai, she's been a black belt since she was like 6. I remember she told me this story a couple hundred times. Like she's gonna kick that girl on the side of the mouth, and like it ain't gonna be pretty. That girl ain't gonna be wrestling for too long after Janai Kai. Like she's gonna knock that girl the fuck out. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think she's like a 6-degree black belt in Taekwondo or something like that. So it was like she's straight up badass, man. Like I told Yoya, I never seen her before, and Yoya's like, "Oh hey man, you want to see my girlfriend?" I'm like, "Sure." And I saw that. I'm like, she's definitely needs to be booked. I was like, on top. I look at him. I'm like, when she tells you to jump, you pretty much are afraid to get kicked in the face, aren't you? And we started laughing about it. But I think he's actually afraid. I can't blame him. I would be too. I mean, dude, her with those batons, hell no. I mean, she's like Daredevil for that shit, man. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No, she's nuts with it. I seen her. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Good with it.
Knowing that I'm in there with them, that's making me think way more about the shit that I'm going to do, and to make me train harder to just make my kicks that more precise, bro. Like, I can't be in there looking sloppy with two people who are known for kicking the shit out of people. So I'm the one, bro. Like, shit's happening, bro. This is going to be a good match. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, like Miles C. Red and Larkin's watching this going like, man, great. You know, get kicked in the face, the ribs, side of the head, elbowed. You know, great, man.
Walk in, but you'll limp out.
That's also your bedroom mentality to have too. You know, be like, you're good. No, you ain't gonna be walking.
Right.
Oh my god. Ewok, what's going on TV, man?
Like I can't say what I'm watching right now because I'm doing it illegally. But I'm watching something. I'm watching something. It might be the new Simpsons episode where Marge Simpson is wrestling in a match with barbed wire and bombs.
Oh.
I ain't saying what I'm watching, but I'm watching something. So don't worry about it. They call me the king of bootleg for a reason.
So fucking hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. I'll tell you what, this show has gone by pretty darn quick and pretty good, man. I have to say, this has been a blast. It really has been.
Just chilling, talking, bro. It's been cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been. I don't even know what time it is.
It's 10:30 my time.
I know I was late because I couldn't get in this shit.
I'm sorry.
You good, man. Like,
dude, I kept on sending you that passcode. Like, here it is, the passcode and the password. And you're like, show the screenshot. It says right here. It's not.
Dude, this is not right.
I was like, oh my god, like this is just my luck in life. Yeah, we just upgraded this whole Zoom thing to like a professional upgrade, and all of a sudden that happens. I'm like, really?
I was like, of course, man, of course. Can't just click and I'm in, but thankfully it worked out after 20 minutes of trying.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad it did.
So with our little closing here, for fans who want to reach out to you, promoters who want to reach out to you, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
I mean, I'm on Twitter. The _reason. That's still the reason, or still the name, or just Braven_Fett. It's actually a lot easier. I'll just put that out there. It's also the same on Instagram. I'm on Facebook too, but obviously that's under Alfonso Bray. But I mean, those are the 3 easiest ways to reach me.
Oh yeah, man, dude, you have a bright future ahead of you, man. Glad to have you on our team. Sincerely, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You're one of the easiest dudes to get along with and work with, and you got a bright future ahead of you, man. Straight up,
I
really do.
Really appreciate that, man. That's all that matters to me is I'm doing my job, and just being a good person in the locker room.
Yeah,
super easy. I get along with everybody, bro. It's hard for me to
if anybody ever has a problem with you, I have a problem with that person because I'm like, how can you not like somebody who's like the most likable dude out there? It's like same with Ewokk. Anytime hear someone's like, oh well, I'm like, how can you not like Ewokk? I'm like, what are you on drugs? Like, is there something wrong with your life?
Shit, probably.
Do you need like fucking family therapy? Like, what's wrong? Did bad man touch you somewhere? Like, we can sit down and talk about this. Be okay.
No, a lot of people don't. A lot of people. I don't say a lot of people, but like there's a little demographic of people that don't like me because I toot to my own horn, and I know what I want for myself. I don't know what a lot of people think. Hey, you like what we like. You have to do what the circle does. No, I don't go by a fucking circle. I go by what I want to do for myself. You know what I mean? I think everybody else needs to know what I say. This is the 3rd time I got to say it's independent wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I do what works for me, because what might work for me might not work for the next guy. You know what I mean? So it's just like it is what it is.
Once again, Braven, man, thank you for being on with us tonight, brother, and you have yourself an awesome night, man. And this is JB with the JB and Ewokk show, and known as the Ewokk and JB show. And I have had a little bit too much to drink tonight myself, so I am feeling good. Most importantly, though, I love my brothers, and you guys, thank you for always having an awesome night anytime I'm around you guys.
I appreciate being on, guys. It's been fun. It's been a good time. Appreciate it. I'm gonna take a drink for you guys real quick.
Boom, look at you. Hey, dude, the Ewokk Club. Shit, let's go. Let's get drunk.